In this episode, we're going to be looking at the classic, the rotary phone. Now, for many young people these days, they won't have any idea what the rotary phone is, but for many who lived through it and experienced it, it was a magical time, especially when we think about smartphones now that we use. Ah, yes, let's remember the rotary phone. You know, that glorious, clunky masterpiece of mid-century engineering that somehow survived into the neon glow of the 1980s. It was a centerpiece, wasn't it, for every household, sitting proudly, usually on a side table or mounted on the kitchen wall, its coiled cord stretching across rooms like a lazy snake. It wasn't just a phone, it was a lifestyle, a commitment. And of course, a test of patience and finger dexterity. I used to love putting my finger into the little holes where the numbers were, and the satisfaction of twisting it and the sound that it made. And also, it really was like an early form of a fidget toy. Using the rotary phone, though, was an art form. Each number required a deliberate spin of the dial, followed by the slow and very satisfying click, click, click as it whirred back into place. Dialing a long-distance number felt like launching a space mission. One wrong digit and the entire operation had to restart. And if the number had too many nines or zeros, it was practically a cardio workout. People today obviously complain about slow Wi-Fi, but in the 1980s, the real struggle was dialing your friend's number before losing the will to live. Now, I really liked the cord. It was both a blessing and a curse. It allowed for a bit of mobility, enough to stir a pot of spaghetti sauce or, pace around nervously during a gossip session, but it also had a mind of its own. Within minutes, it could twist itself into a knot so tight it could double as a security device. Untangling it was a family event, often requiring teamwork and patience and possibly a little bit of divine intervention. But there was something very satisfying about pulling the cord and fiddling with the cord and twisting it up. It was almost like a very early type of fidget toy and was very, very satisfying to play with, something you certainly don't get on a modern smartphone, that's for sure. And let's not forget the ring. The rotary phone didn't politely buzz or chirp. It clanged like a fire alarm announcing the end of the world. Conversations stopped mid-sentences, pets scattered, and someone, usually your friend, would shout, "Get the phone!" The race to answer before the fifth ring was a household sport. Missing a call meant no caller ID, no voicemail, no second chances. Whoever called would just remain a mystery forever. Possibly your best friend? Possibly a crush, who knows? The suspense was unbearable. Conversations themselves were different too. There was no multitasking, no scrolling, no texting under the table. When someone called, it was the event. People sat down, focused, and actually talked. The phone cord tethered them to one spot, forcing them to be present. You couldn't just wander off or go outside, unless they had an extra long cord, which allowed them to take stealthy trips to the fridge while pretending to listen. The rotary phone also had a certain indestructibility that modern devices just can only dream of, really. Drop it, slam it, accidentally use it as a hammer, it would still work. It was built like a tank, with enough heft to double as a self-defense weapon if necessary. The only real maintenance it needed was the occasional dusting and maybe a good wipe after someone spilt something on it. Looking back, the rotary phone was more than just a communication device. It was a symbol of simpler times. It demanded patience, attention, a bit of muscle and dexterity skill, and it turned every phone call into a small little adventure. Today's smartphones may fit in our pockets and perform miracles, but they'll never match the satisfying rhythm of that spinning dial. Tell me, what do you remember of the rotary phone, and how do you feel it compares to modern phones that we have now? There's just something magical about the tangible feeling, the sensations, the being present in the moment that we just don't have now. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think. If you've enjoyed this episode, stick around, please do hit subscribe, and be sure to check out my future content looking at all things pre-internet and pre-social media. Anyway, take care. I'll see you all in the next episode.